for the day. While my mom was here, we started talking kind of about, you know, what family had heard about my channel and, you know, who she knew that was talking about it. And it's gotten back around to some of my family in Louisiana, and they are who I spent most of my, you know, adolescent life with, where all of the depression and anxiety and everything kind of started. I was in middle school when, you know, something pretty severe happened to my mom, and that kind of sent me, you know, down the path that the rest of my life would take as far as like mental and emotional health. And I never really talked about it because I couldn't. And my family will say, oh no, you could tell us anything. And then I get a comment like I did when my mom was here that one of my relatives said to her about my YouTube channel. And this relative was a father figure of mine, because I didn't really have my dad around either. And he was, you know, he's a very Southern man. He is very set in his ways, and that's good and fine. But if you feel any differently than he does, then he just like can't understand. So my mom apparently was talking to him about my channel, and, you know, everything was going well, and then he made a comment about, you need to talk to her. Mom was like, why? What do you mean? She's talking about anxiety and depression and all these things, and you just need to have a talk with her. And this is like a usual kind of thing that, you know, I hear from other people, that I need to be talked to because I'm doing something that they don't approve of. My mom, she was like, well, why is that a problem? You know, well, I just think that it's self-inflicted. And my mom, she was like, she's lived with anxiety and depression for most of her life. You didn't know that? And their only argument was, well, I think it's self-inflicted. And then my mom tried to explain that anxiety and depression, they are something that you can be diagnosed with. They are real issues that humans have every single day. And it just wasn't taken. He just, again, didn't understand it. It's people in comments like that that make people that are suicidal, that do have extremely bad depression and anxiety, not say anything. I think that that needs to be said from someone who was suicidal for a very long time. Do not say that these kind of feelings are self-inflicted, because I didn't do this to myself. I was a happy person for a very long time. I remember clearly being happy when I was younger, and this has eaten at me for a few days. She told me this on the first day that she was here, and this is the first time that I'm actually able to say something. So if you think that suicide or depression or anxiety are things that people that suffer from them do to themselves, you need a reality check. It must be such a blessing to not have to live with these diseases and these issues, and almost so much to the point where you think that we do this to ourselves. It's almost disgusting to think that in your actual mind, you believe that people make themselves want to kill themselves. Humans don't automatically do that. There are issues very deep within their psyche that make them want to do that. And it's people like you that put those thoughts into action. I have attempted suicide multiple times. Clearly I failed, and thank goodness that I did, because now I can be a voice for those people that succeeded in taking their own lives. And this went from a happy vlog to something very deep, but I feel that it is definitely something that needs to be talked about. There's so much stigma around having depression and anxiety and being suicidal, and it's because of people making comments like that that make people like me who suffer from those issues act upon them. And it's so frustrating because that's my family that are saying those things, and they don't know me enough to know what I was going through, because they wouldn't have understood, and I could never talk about it. I didn't talk about my depression openly with anyone until I was 22. I had kind of hit rock bottom. I was living out here, I was alone. I thought that was it. There was no way that I could go on. Luckily, through school, I was able to find a counselor. I didn't have to pay for it. It was part of my school. That counselor reached out to some other counselors, and there was a time where I had 5 different counselors that I would talk to every single day, and and they would help me get through my day. 5 people had to help me walk through my day because I mentally could not do it. And I had no other support than those 5 people. And if I had said anything, I don't think it would have changed anything in my family. I think that they wouldn't have known how to handle it. It would have probably made it worse. I'm so grateful that I had the therapist. I was very lucky, but nothing beats having your family stand beside you in one of the hardest times in your entire life. There were a lot of days where I wasn't sure if I was gonna get up in the morning. There were days where I called out of work because I couldn't walk and I struggled to breathe because my anxiety was so bad and for no reason at all. I'm just so upset and sad and disgusted that there are people in my family that will never understand this issue, and there are so many of us in our family that suffer from it, and we will always be demonized for it, and they'll never make the effort to understand or try to understand what's going on with us. We'll just always be different, and I'm starting to understand that that is just how my life is gonna be, and I'm okay with it because I have people here that take care of me, that support me, and that make sure that I'm having a good mental day, good enough to wake up and walk, good enough to go upstairs, good enough to put clothes on in the morning and get ready for work. I have people that support me enough to do those things on the days that I think that I can't do anything. Now I'm teaching kids that have the same issues that I had, that I couldn't talk to, and they feel that they have nowhere to turn. If you're one of my students and you have this issue, please come to me. Come to any of your staff. We are there for you if you feel like your family is not. I know exactly what you're going through, and I know exactly how you feel. But I'm gonna stop ranting because I'm getting frustrated and upset. I'm gonna wash my face. I'm gonna get ready for bed. I know this vlog was short today, but work was so crazy because it was my first day back since my mom has been here. So I had a lot of catching up to do. There was also a major loss in our family at work. One of my coworkers lost her son, so we've all been dealing with that as well. So it's been a tough week, and it was a tough day coming back. I understand if you don't like this vlog. I probably won't either, but it's my goal to get something up every single day. I did upload 2 videos yesterday, so go ahead and have a look at those. The one with my mom is so funny. It's a lot more lighthearted than this one. You probably need it after this. So I'm just gonna wash my face and get ready for bed, and I will see you guys tomorrow.